Oh, my darling, not 3 times on the ceiling if you want me.
Hey guys, Ash here coming at you today with one of my absolutely favorite Arena 4 and Arena 5 decks. It has no epics in it, a very simple deck, a very simple win condition. The Hog Rider, obviously your best offensive weapon here, along with combinations revolving around the Giant. Oh, I can upgrade my arrows. Let's do that. I am 1 card away from getting level 5 Hogs. I'm a little bit under-leveled here as a level 6 in Arena 4 and sometimes going up against Arena 5 and level 8 players, but I am winning pretty consistently. I just lost to a level 8, but let's see if we can get a new win streak going with this deck. It's a great deck, as I said. No epics. The bomb tower is incredible defensively, and offensively we're going to go ahead and combo the Giant and the Hog along with those lower cost DPS unit cards to get some real damage to the enemy's towers. Hopefully, like I said, get a nice winning streak going. I am going to play all live matches after this first one. This one, I just want to kind of commentate on how the deck works, and then we'll go from there, hopefully win a few matches after this. So we're going to start out by playing defense against this charging prince, and you can see what I'm going to try to do here is play the Hog in the opposite lane, and I'm going to force the defender to pick a lane to defend against. So if I played the Hog in the left lane as well, that minion horde might have gotten all my troops killed before I had time to launch the arrows myself. So at this point, we're in the lead, which is good, and he has a 1 level advantage on us, but doesn't really mean too much at this level because, of course, some of his cards might be high leveled and some might be low. So we're going to go ahead and recoup on Elixir at this point. We're going to use the Giant behind the King Tower. When you're full of Elixir, there's no reason why you can't go ahead and reload with the Giant behind your King Tower, and then it gives you the decisive advantage here because you're recouping your Elixir, and at the same time, you get to see how your opponent is going to counter your Giant. In this case, it's going to be with a Witch and some Spear Goblins and Barbarians. Now, to counter the Barbarians, I'm going to use a Bomb Tower, and you see I placed the Bomb Tower just north enough so it could shoot on the other side of that molten lava river there, or aka the equator mark of the map. And the idea here is to just see how powerful the Bomb Tower is defensively. I mean, he didn't even touch my tower. He still hasn't touched either of my towers, and that's because of the Bomb Tower defensively. And in the meanwhile, I'm able to just go ahead and continue to recoup Elixir. And again, I'm going to put the Bomb Tower a little bit lower this time. And finally, he is able to get 1 Barbarian onto my tower. I was a little bit late there, maybe a little bit too aggressive on my previous offensive push, but it's going to work out all right anyway. You can see right now we're both very low on Elixir, so he did a little bit of damage to my left tower, but I'm going to go ahead and reload here and put a Giant right along with my Bomber. Hopefully, my idea here, backing it up with some Spear Goblins, and I had the arrows just ready there. My idea here is if I can sneak that Giant to get to the tower, that's all I need to take it down, and that's exactly what happens here. A lot of people underestimate the amount of damage a Giant can do by himself against a tower. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I think a lot of that might come from Clash of Clans because the Giant in Clash of Clans doesn't do a ton of DPS, but you have to be careful because in Clash Royale, the Giant does a lot of DPS for a big fella like that, for the, when you factor in how many hit points he has. Same thing with the Barbarians. When they get to somebody's tower, even 2 Barbarians can take a tower down to about half hit points. So you got to be very, very careful, especially with Giants and Barbarians. You can see at this point in the match, it looks like he has given up. We have 2 towers down and we win, and that is going to be the only replay of the day here on this episode. Instead, we're going to go ahead and play some live matches, as I said earlier. Hopefully get some wins here. I've been having a lot of success with this deck, guys. I really, really like it. And like I said, even Arena 5, this deck does really, really well. Obviously, hopefully, if you're in Arena 5, hopefully your cards are, a little bit higher, maybe level 8 on all your common cards especially, and maybe level 6 or 7 on your rares. Right now, I think my Giant is level 6 and my Hog is level 5, I believe. Either way, let's get our head in the game here, Ash. So he's going to come at me with a Giant in the left. I have my own Giant in the right. I want to get the arrows up in case I need them. Okay, and I do need them, so I'm immediately I'm going to arrow down this minion horde. I want to get my giant to his tower because, again, if we can get a giant on that tower, we're going to back it up with a bomber here. It's going to do a heck of a lot of damage. We might get this tower down right here. I don't think he can stop it. Ooh, very nice placement on that baby dragon. So the baby dragon is hitting simultaneously my giant as well as my bomber. Very nice placement there, and that prevents me from getting that tower down. I have nothing else to play other than the barbarians. They will take down and distract that baby dragon while my spear goblins do the rest of the work. Probably not the best placement there, and he counters with barbarians of his own. His barbarians are higher level than mine, but I have the spear goblins backing mine up. Let's see if I can get one shot in here with this Hog Rider. Yeah, there it is. I needed 2 shots. Okay, so let's go ahead and reload. So there's not many hit points left on that right tower right now, so we're going to ignore it for the time being, and we're going to focus on the left tower instead. So when my elixir gets to full again, I will place this giant down right now. One more second. There it is. Okay, so again, we're going to have this giant, and we do have the bomb tower at the ready again. So we'll use the bomb tower depending on what he does. So here comes the bomb tower. He's coming at me with a prince and a giant over here, and spear goblins. Really hard coming at me on the right here, and I didn't see the spear goblins when I placed my bomber, so I kind of blew that. So he's going to come at me really hard on the right. I'm going to use arrows here. That will take down the prince as well as the spear goblins, but he gets my right tower. That was no bueno. Let's go ahead and try to recoup here. So we're still roughly tied. I'm still going to hang on to my arrows and not use them until the very end of the match. I want to take down this left tower, and he's coming at me pretty aggressively again. He seems to have a lot of elixir. Jeez, what does this guy have? And another giant. Oh my god. Okay, barbarians against the giant. Let's get that baby dragon down. Baby dragon is down. Let's take down this giant. He's coming out with a prince. I don't like that prince play on his part, because I'm going to easily be able to defend against this prince with my remaining barbarians, and then the minions will... Okay, we have a lot going on over here, and we have the giant down on the board. I have arrows at the ready. Use the arrows. This is going to be a really nice push here. He played barbarians again against me, but I have spear goblins and minions coming at him. If I can change that baby dragon's direction, I will be golden here. Finally, baby dragon is down, and I'm going to get this left tower down right now, and then I'm going to arrow the right tower, and that will be win condition. Boom. There we go. That's how it's done. I was a little bit late, though, on that, not going to lie. A little bit scary on the arrows at the end of that match there. I probably waited a little bit too long with the arrows. Let's go ahead and play again. We're just going to keep playing until we lose. No, I'm just joking, because, hey, we might never lose, and I can't make a 30-minute episode. So, okay, he's going to come at me right out the gate, this guy, with a giant skeleton. Now, the key with giant skeletons, as you guys probably already know, is to lure them to the center of the map. That's really important. You don't want a giant skeleton to get to your tower, so that is paramount. By any means necessary, make sure you lure that giant skeleton to the center of the map. If he plays one again, I will be ready. You can actually place your barbarians right in the center of the map as well, and the barbarians will actually lure a giant skeleton as well as anything in the other lane to the center of the map. It's a nice defensive weapon there. So let's go ahead and arrow down these giant skeleton armies. Whoa, wait a second. Did I just say giant skeleton army? That would be really scary. No, just a regular skeleton army, Ash. Okay, let's go ahead and reload here the elixir. We are pretty low, and we have to be ready for that skeleton army next time, though. We have to have arrows up if we want to make a really strong, aggressive push. So he's coming at me with a Hog Rider and these annoying spear goblins that are being spawned by that hut back there. And then he plays the minion horde against my bomb tower. That's okay. That's not the end of the world. The bomb tower has since served its purpose. Let's try to sneak in a hog over here on the right, because he used a lot of elixir on that minion horde there. I think he was pretty low, and indeed, it looks like he was. So that's going to work out really well for us. Let's play some spear goblins way over here. Actually, no, let's go barbarians. Okay, this is what I'm talking about, guys. Barbarians right in the center of the map, and see how good of a job it did distracting both the giant skeleton on the left and the musketeer on the right. And then we get some spear goblins to that right tower, and ooh, it's just inching towards its demise there. So let's gotta try to sneak a giant in on the right, and that might be enough to do it. I don't know what he has off the top of my head, if he has any. Okay, now we're ready with the arrows, and there it is. That tower is going down. I was going to say I'm not sure if he has any buildings other than the Spear Goblin hut. I don't think he does, so that's really allows a nice easy lane for either my giant or my hog to go directly to his tower. That is the danger, not having any buildings in your deck. Like I have the bomb tower, obviously, and that really helps a lot with hogs. Cannon serves the same purpose, so it's really smart to have a cannon or a bomb tower in your decks, especially in early arenas. Look at this, a skeleton army and about a half dozen Spear Goblins coming at me in the left, but it's going to be totally fine here. I do have arrows up. He's going to get that hog actually to my tower, but a bomber does a lot of damage, especially to a hog. A bomber isn't an awful play against a hog. Bomber does a little bit more DPS than a Valkyrie per se, so it's good to have a bomber in your deck against a hog in a bind, in a pinch. So it looks like we're going to win again here, 4, 3, 2, 1, and he has no shot as I do have the bomb tower up. So that is 3 in a row, is it? Or 4 in a row? I don't know. Let's go ahead and want to do one more? Let's do one more. Why not? Hopefully on the next match we'll play against a different type of deck. That way we can see how it performs against all types of strategies. Let's see here. Okay, so this guy's in Spell Valley, certainly a few cups ahead of me. That's totally okay. We'll give him a cry, but he's only level 6 as well, so it should be a fair, even, nice match. So let's go ahead and as the last match of the episode, while I'm playing, I did want to ask you guys, so it has been a few days since I put out a Clash Royale video, so I'm just curious, if you made it this far into the video, then I'm assuming you are an avid viewer, perhaps, and I'm curious if you play Clash of Clans. This is primarily for me, rather than just for you guys, but hopefully it will help you guys out too. But I'm trying to gauge how many of my viewers watch both Clash of Clans videos and just Clash Royale videos, and either or, so that way I know how often to bring each video to you guys. Obviously, you're watching Clash Royale right now, so you're probably into playing Clash Royale. Do you play Clash of Clans, and do you watch only Royale videos? If so, do you prefer Royale videos that are on my mini account or my main account, or do you like a nice combination of both? Because the last one I brought you guys was all about when I got to 4,000 cups with my main account, and now we're going back to the mini. I kind of like a 50-50, to be honest with you, and I think I might continue doing that, but I just want to hear from you guys. I know I asked you guys a few episodes ago, and a few people weighed in, but I'd like to hear some more responses on that end. So the questions are, do you watch only Royale videos, or do you also watch Clash of Clans? If you watch Royale videos, which obviously you do you prefer high-level content or a mix, or do you prefer this low to mid-level content, Arena 4, Arena 5 type stuff? So I really appreciate the feedback there, guys. So on to the match here. You can see I'm actually doing pretty well. Got my hog again to that right tower, just barely took it down. This is going to be against an all-out spawner deck here, so he has a witch in it as well, and a minion horde, but he does have a Spear Goblin hut, I believe, and definitely a Barbarian hut because there's one on the board right now. He finally gets some minions onto my right tower there, but I'm able to stave them off with some arrows there, so everything works out just fine. A little bit more damage than I would have liked, though, off my left tower, so I'm not going to play the bomb hut. I'm going to actually go with minions here. Now, never be too scared if a baby dragon by himself gets on your tower. They don't do a heck of a lot of damage to towers. It's really splash damage, or in combination with like a giant or a giant skeleton that you have to be careful of as far as the baby dragons. So when there's a baby dragon by himself, wait till he locks onto your hut like I did there, and then place a minion behind him, and he won't change directions. He'll stay facing the hut, and you'll easily be able to take him down without too much damage to your tower. So now he's finally getting a Spear Goblin hut and a Barbarian hut on the board at the same time, but there's only 10 seconds left. It looks like I have this match. I might even be able to get a 3 crown here. Might not be enough time. I'm going to put the Hog Rider down, but only 3 seconds left, so it is a 2-0 victory. So guys, hopefully you can see why I like this deck so much. I'm wishing you guys a ton of success. Thank you so much in advance for all the feedback that you give me regarding the video content, and thanks so much for spending the last 15 minutes or so of your day with me. I truly appreciate it. Guys, take care.